Parkland. My name's Tim. I'm going to be giving you a show and tell on the trailer. You have one 12-volt battery on the front of the trailer. Going back to it, you have a hookup light for hooking up at nighttime. On your propane cylinders, we have the arrow pointed towards this one over here. As soon as we open that cylinder up, it turns green inside the eye, indicating that the bottle it's pointed to has got gas in it. As soon as that tank would happen to go empty, it's going to turn red inside the eye, indicating that the bottle it's pointed to is empty and it has to pick up from the one on the opposite side. On your front tongue jack, it has an on and off light for the front of it and an up and down button, and a manual way to crank the jack up or down for any reason it won't go on its own. But it also has a fusible link here to the side, a 30 amp fusible link. If for any reason the fusible link's good and the jack still won't go up or down, there is a manual crank handle that comes through the top that will manually crank it up or down. In the off-door side compartment over here, it does have a light for each side of the compartment. In the front, that is a two-way light. One way, it's motion sensor, so when you open the compartment door, it comes on. Or if you have it turned the other way, it's on 24/7. The very top connection is a 110 outlet that is GFI protected by the outlet in the bathroom. Then you have a park cable and a satellite hookup, a city water connect that you can hook to with a water hose and a regulator, and a battery disconnect. The battery disconnect is in case you don't want the refrigerator draining the juice from your battery. You can turn it to the off position and pull the key out. Then you have an outside shower that's got hot and cold running water. It is a quick disconnect that clicks right into place there. And there is a hole in the bottom of the compartment so you can bring your water line up and your park cable and satellite hookups. Freshwater tank fills through the connection up here at the top and drains at the connection down here at the bottom. The white valve is the drain line for it. On the jacks, there are 3/4 inch bolts that jack the jacks up or down. The handle is in the very front compartment up here. Outside of the furnace is next. It's going to suck cold air in the top and hot air out the bottom. I always suggest putting a mud diver screen over the outside of the furnace for the simple fact that once it's been lit on propane, mud divers love that smell. They go in there, they build their little dirt nest on the inside, and you cut your airflow down. Hot water heater is gas and electric. The electric switch is in the lower left-hand corner. Your gas switch is going to be on your monitor panel on the inside of the trailer. Before you turn either source on, you want to make sure that you have water coming out of the top before you turn on electric or gas. One more thing to show you on the hot water heater. It also has an anode rod down the bottom. The anode rod is where you will drain the hot water heater between trips and winterizing and dewinterizing. But an anode rod actually draws all the impurities from the water to it, eats up the rod instead of eating up the inside of the tank. But that is where you'll drain the hot water heater between trips. The connection right back behind that is a black tank flush. While you are dumping your termination valves, you can hook a water hose and regulator up to that black tank flush, turn water pressure onto it. It's got a little aerator on the inside of the black tank that spins around, helps clean more of the debris out of the inside of the black tank only. On your termination valve, down here at the bottom, the 3-inch valve in the back is the toilet water. The 2-inch gray valve in the front will be your bathroom sink and shower. The red line and blue line right in front of that is the low water drain points on the trailer. You have one more termination valve back here right in front of the axles, and it is for the kitchen sink only. That is your power cord with the trailer. 25 to 30 foot long. Is a 50 amp service. There is also a port spray right below that with that same blue hose that hooks to your outside shower. Will hook to this. It's like a quick disconnect hose.
Well, I know where I put it.
Lug nuts on the trailer have been torqued at 100 foot-pounds. The tire pressure is up to 65 pounds on the side of the tire cold. It does have a spare tire on the back of the trailer that's been aired up to pressure It's not been torqued on, it's been put on with a wrench. And you also have your backup camera already installed up on top. While we're standing here, I'm going to tell you the roof is the life expectancy of the trailer. Anything happens to the roof up on top, it will start showing on the four corners, inside or out. Every 90 days, it doesn't hurt to check the roof. You don't have to seal the roof every 90 days, but you do have to check the roof to make sure it has no damage. The better you keep the roof, the longer your trailer will last you. Also has a quick disconnect line under here for propane. If you had an outside fish cooking grill or a barbecue pit. Same way on the tires, and lug nuts are torqued at 100 foot-pounds, and the tires are air for 65 pounds on the side of them cold. Do have two outside speakers. I have to show you more about that on the stereo on the inside, but there is another place to hook a TV to and a 110 outlet to plug it into for underneath the canopy. It does also come with a solar panel hookup on the front that will recharge the battery on the trailer. And in the front compartment here is the rest of the hitch package that goes on the front of the trailer. The bigger handle does your balance jacks, and it does have a two-way light on this side over here too. Motion sensing on one side, on 24/7 on the other. That's basically it on the outside. We're going to go to the inside next. When we lift up, open the door, on the steps on the inside, it does have a blue handle that keeps the door steps secured to the door. A little push button on either side of the steps at the bottom to adjust the length of the legs. Main thing on the steps is it has to lay flat in the threshold. That way you get the proper fit of the door coming over the top of it. Two slide room switches that runs the slide rooms in and out. One more switch that runs the awning in and out. I don't think I can get the awning all the way out. We'll have to see. Okay, we got that awning all the way out. Now on each one of the arms there is a pinch point that you can pull down against and tighten up the black knob that puts the pitch of the rein coming off of this corner here. Same way with your front arm. You can use it, put the rein off coming away from the steps. When you get ready to roll it back up, you have to have both the black handles loosened. Allows the arms to fold back up inside of each other. Up here on the top, it tells you your battery life for the trailer is full. Freshwater tank is empty. Blackwater tank is empty. Gray tank 1 is empty, which is your bathroom sink and shower. And gray tank 2 is your kitchen sink water. The red button to the left turns the water pump on between the freshwater tank and the faucets. The second one is for the gas side of the hot water heater. When you turn it on, the little red light right above it comes on. In about a minute's time, that red light will go off. It goes through 2 lighting processes to light the hot water heater on gas. For any reason it does not light, that little red light will come back on. Then you have your interior light switch and your awning light switch. Each one of the lights has a push button in the center, turns them on and off. Does have a working fire extinguisher. I'm going to go ahead and turn this air on. Turn the mode button the first time, it gives you your fan speed. High, low, and auto. Hit the mode button one more time, it should say the little cool snowflake off in the right hand corner, and you'll dial your temperature down. Hit the mode button one more time, it says furnace in the lower left hand corner, and you'll dial your temperature up. Hit the mode button one more time and it should say off in the lower right hand corner. The little black button right below it turns the island on. island lights. It does have a working fire extinguisher by the front door. Tabletop comes off the two pedestals, goes between the two bench seats. The two back cushions comes out across the top of the table to make a smaller bed. The lights above the table have to be turned on by hand. The lights above the chairs have to be turned on by hand. It also has a 110 outlet in behind the table and a USB port between the table and the recliners. On the island just across from it, there is another two 110 outlets. And the bottom connection is the LP carbon monoxide detector. There is a 110 outlet on either side of the couch in the back. The lights above the couch area have to be turned on by hand. And there is a USB port by each one of the 110 outlets. Now the couch will butterfly out into the bed too. When the couch is butterflied out into a bed, you can't run the fireplace down here at the bottom. Big remote does the TV. Middle size remote does the stereo. Little remote does the fireplace. On the stereo it has zones 1 and 2. Zone 1 is inside, zone 2 is outside for your outside speakers. Brown vent coming out of the cabinet on the island is for heat. The round vents in the ceiling are for air conditioning. Two sets of keys to the trailer. The purple key does the front door lock and deadbolt. The 751 key does all your other outside compartments. All the paperwork that's found in the trailer is in the green bag here. There is a push button light underneath the microwave that turns it on and off. Microwave, the only thing I can really tell you about that, there is a clock button. Let's say it's 3:30. Hit the clock button again till the two center eyes is flashing. The only reason I set the time on the microwave is I can tell if the trailer has lost 110 power coming to it if it doesn't have the right time. Light for the stovetop and a fan. Button on the right hand side turns the knobs on. Glass stovetop folds up 2 times. Turn each one of the lighters to the highlight position, light with the striker on the left hand side. Turn the pilot to the on position, hold down and light the oven with the same striker that you light the 3 top burners with. Then you turn the button down and you also have a light down in the oven. A 12-volt refrigerator has 2 settings on it, one at the top for the freezer and then push buttons down at the bottom for the refrigerator. On the refrigerator, it does also have a travel lock that locks the top and bottom doors together while you're traveling down the road. Breaker box is next. 50 amp mains in the center. You have a 110 20 amp breaker for the ACs. They are marked from the top coming down. Fireplace, general purpose, GFI, AC, main, AC, microwave, hot water heater, and converter. Your car fuses across the top. The first 4 of them are lights. Should be LP detector, 1 for your pump, and then 2 for the converter, and a 20 amp for the refrigerator. They are marked as you come down along the side. We've already went over the thermostat, so we're going to come back to the bathroom. It does have a light on the wall for turning the light above us on, and this is where your GFCI outlet is that protects all the 110 outlets in the trailer. You have a knurled knob in the vent in the ceiling that cranks the vent up. Little black button in the corner over here turns the fan on. While we're standing here, if you take the screws out of this panel, accesses you into the back of the hot water heater and the water pump for winterizing of the trailer. Single foot flush on the right hand side of the toilet. brown vent coming out from underneath the tub is a heat vent for the bathroom, and we do have an air conditioner vent for the air in the bathroom. We'll go up into the master bedroom. There is a light switch on the wall that turns the two lights above us on. There is another place for a TV in here with a 110 outlet and your TV booster. TV hooks to the bottom, satellite hooks to the top. You also have a USB port on either side of the bed and a 110 outlet on either side of the bed. The two lights above the headboard have to be turned on by hand, and we have a fire escape window on this side of the trailer over here. Another vent in the ceiling up here in the bedroom does not have a fan, but that is also prepped for a second air if you ever wanted to add a second air to the trailer. The wiring's there, just the air conditioner's not. Should have a little storage cabinet there for clothes. And the little vent down at the bottom is air access into the back of the hot water heater and water pump. Should have storage up underneath the mattress. And a brown vent on the front cabinet up here for heat to come to the front. That's basically everything on the trailer. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them the best that I can. We are just a phone call away. And that's the tour of the trailer.